Hey, this is me, Destructionator, and I'm back with another episode here. And today, you can probably see that I am playing Automation, if you know what the game is, and this is my first time playing it, so don't hate on me for not doing stuff right in the game. It was an experience for me. Now, this is going to be a 98 model that I'm making, and it was starting to think, hey, this is kind of like an Audi S4, B5, or maybe something like a first gen S6 or S4. So yeah, that's what I was going with. So once I got to the modeling part, I would do that. But what I was gonna do was make a 6-cylinder. And after further research on the engine, it is a 3.4 liter. So yeah. So as I go in and do everything, yeah, I was just changing everything, quality and whatever, and I found out that once I finished this, it was actually very, very, reliable, the engine, because I put build quality so high up. But the engine had it had like 100% on knocking or 38% on knocking. So yeah, I would have to go in and try to fix that later on after I was done with everything. But yeah, that was a little bit of a hassle since I did not know how to change that at all. But I was going to try to make like a sporty sedan that would kind of be like the S4, just a little, kind of be like an S4, just a bit slower and all. But yeah, the car sounded pretty good when I tested it, and you're just about to hear it real soon. As you can see, it's a little harmful to the environment. It's just going up to 92 on the exhaust and piston. There's a bit of stress on the pistons when you rev it very, very high, but that's all fine. The knocking, that is fixed. That's down to 0% by the end of it. But yeah, the engine, basically all good. I knew that I was going to go in and fix everything else around the end. So when I get to this, I was thinking of some names. I couldn't think of anything. So I just decided, hey, might as well just start modeling the car and doing everything. So that's what I did, and in the end I called it the Augen SC6 for, it's a mix between an Audi and a Volkswagen. So yeah, Au is for Audi and Gen for the end of Volkswagen, but SC6 is sports car, 6-cylinder. So yeah, and then I started getting to modeling. The lights kind of looked like from S4, and I saw interior parts, and I was like, oh, maybe I can do that, but I decided not to because that would take way longer. And here I am adding an exhaust to it. Yeah, I thought that was too small, so I sized it up. Then I thought, hey, that's too big. I sized it down a bit. Yeah, just getting used to the controls and how to do everything. So yeah, after that I chose a grill and found one that suited it, and yeah, did that. And after that I tried to get some grill, or some little not fins, just some more intakes for the engine to cool down, and yeah, that went really well. I decided not to use that because when I saw what it looked like, I was like, nope, not doing that. And I was going through and seeing, hey, look at all these options I can select. So then I went with that, and they're like, huh, maybe I can do this. And then I started messing around with that, and I couldn't really get it to work. So yeah, that's not what I used. And then I just put those on there and sized it up a bit, and boom, there's that. And then I added fuel cap, and then license plate, and a little indent, which made it look real nice. And I was thinking of a badge that I could make up for it. Couldn't think of one yet, but I was thinking of one that I might be able to do. And I did that after I did the rear of the car, and that's what I do next after I did the door handles and the mirrors. So yeah, and as you can probably see, this is definitely my first time doing that. So yeah, I didn't get that done perfectly, but then I did, and I did not know how the mirrors were supposed to go on. I tried rotating them, and yeah, I couldn't figure out how that worked, and then I realized I was putting it on the wrong side. Yep, right, and then I just put it there, and I adjusted that so it goes onto that little part, that little gray part. After that, I decided that I was gonna undo some wheels, try to make them kind of like the stock wheels from the Audis. Those are BBS wheels there, and that might be the modified version of this that I do. But when I was looking back at the front, I thought, hey, this kind of looks like a Subaru Legacy. And then when I looked at the back, it looked like an ugly car because there's no taillights. And then I put taillights on. So after that, I was positioning them, thinking of how I should have them. I decided I was just gonna put them on the bottom, by the bumper. So yeah, that went well, cause up top there, it doesn't look very well, and it looked a little weird, with them there on the top. Since the car's red, it blends in and everything, and I didn't think, oh, that looked good. But yeah, then I got a good position for that, and then I added another thing in the back, right there, as you can see. And I didn't go in and have like its own special badge that says SC6 because I hadn't thought of the name yet. I might do that once I update this again, because I'm probably going to do that later, because there's some little things that I want to fix, because when I tested in BeamNG, yeah, it's not the greatest thing ever, but here I am trying to find a badge, and I thought, hey, that could look pretty good. So then I tried it there, and I was going to try to mirror it so it's like connected, and then I couldn't get that to work, and then I did get it to work by doing that. And then that looks pretty good, and I was like, hey, that would look pretty good on the rear, so then I did. Put that on the rear. I had to go in and do that all again, but this time it was easier because I knew what I was doing. It turned out really well. Then, when you start looking at it, the taillights, a little weird back there. Then I fixed them up, loaded the car, and then went along with gearbox and everything else. Top speed was going to be 155 or something really close to it. Since it was in kilometers, I couldn't get it exact. So, yeah. And I had to look it up to find out how many kilometers 155 miles an hour was. Because I don't read kilometers. I read miles an hour. So then I was doing diff, power distribution. I did 55 rear, 45 on front. Quality was going to be 5. I do that on almost everything. And then I decided, hey, that looks pretty cool, but I'm going to stick with that. And then I painted that black. And that's all I did for that. So then I was going to go in and try to fix the knocking. Now, I didn't know what I was going to do with it and how to fix it, but yeah, I read what it said and I was able to fix it. Once I got to compression, I lowered it down because it was pretty high. So yeah, it sounded pretty good. I lowered the RPM by a bit, 6,500. Before it was at like 7,000 or something like that. But yeah, just seeing how the power was, and then I got back to doing all this stuff. Trying to do wheels and whatever, and trying to get that well. And then I clicked a button, and then I had to redo the wheels. So, yeah. I selected radio. I didn't know what that was. I could have looked it up, but hey, it was like 9:30, 9:45. I was tired, and I was just slacking my way through this, just thinking, hey, yeah, that could work. That could work. That could work. I put some pretty beefy brakes on it. I didn't know which one was the best, so I just went with what seemed right. And when I tested it in BeamNG Drive, yeah, the brakes were pretty good. They seemed like normal brakes that you would find on any car. But it was from late 90s, so a little bit better. But and I was gonna make it, as you can see, I'm kind of making it kind of like luxury and sporty also. Kind of like a fast luxury car, kind of like Bentleys, but not Bentleys, just way, way, way cheaper. So yeah, then I messed around with camber, and oh wow, look at that. Yeah, I was just gonna try to make it look a bit better. So yeah, then I did that, and I needed to make the springs way stiffer, and I didn't know how to do that, and I didn't know that it would be a really, really rolly car, and you could actually pop a wheelie on it. I almost did that, and in BeamNG, but yeah, there's the car.